Okay, guys, this is a completely silent tour. If you guys remember back in the summer, I was starting to do some weekly lives on YouTube. And so I had had an issue with it starting to rain and not being able to do it. So I decided to go outside and do some filming in the event that happened, so that way I could at least talk about what was going on in the garden. So this is the hydrangea hedge. And these are limelights. As you can see, they have the little florets on it. This is when the flowers first came on them, and so that's why they're lime green. They look differently now. Obviously, it's in October. This is the purple section. These are the gladiolas that I planted. It was a pack. It was like a mix. I think it was called like Purple Love or something like that. So it was a mixture of different types of purple and white. And they actually the gladiolas did really well this year. I do not pull mine, which is a surprise to some people. So those are some chrysanthemums that I have that were doing really well, and that was a tomato. That is an aster, which I have since pulled, cut back. Those white things are, I believe those are Asiatic lilies that were blooming. I think they're Casablanca, but I don't remember. Um, I was showing you guys that I had some angel wing down there. They really didn't do so great. They were just completely overtaken by all the perennials. That's some yarrow and some echinacea back there. Um, there are, let's see, that's some phlox right there. And I'm trying to think of what else I'm looking at. Oh, those are some ball pom-pom dahlias. These are some daylilies I got from Lorraine, and I'm over in one of the middle garden sections. These are some of the Asiatic lilies I have. That is the moonstone aster. That is some of the dahlias I grew from seed. Now we're looking at some echinacea and some feverfew blanket flower. That's a baptisia and more uh, moonstone. That white is snow country dahlia. That is pink phlox, green twister cone flower in this particular memorial garden. And let's see, I was moving pretty quick through this. I think probably because I was actually going to pause it as I was. Oh, that's a hollyhock. That's one of the Antwerp, the fig leaf hollyhocks. That right there is Laline black aster, more pink gladiolas. Um, when the live was happening, I was planning to pause this so I could talk about various things, but I am doing this substantially later, which is why I'm just flying through this entire thing. So I'm trying to think, what am I looking at here? Okay, so this is called Pretty Parasols Echinacea. And these are more pink gladiolas. We're moving into the red section. And I can't remember what these are called. I'm gonna have to look at my list. I planted those so many years ago, I've totally forgotten. That is, I think, Sombrero Red Echinacea. That is, I think it's called Starfire Phlox. Um, was that called, is this the one that's called Race Ipsiloquitur? I think that's Race Ipsiloquitur, I believe. Um, or maybe it's not. That's the Summerberry Blend Yarrow that I grew from seed via winter sowing. And that's just getting so big and lovely, just taking over the red section. That zinnia self-seeded. I had a lot of volunteers this year for a lot of different things. That is the castor bean. And then there's some gomphrena that I'm looking at. And then I think that's a stock, and that was a coleus. And that was marmalade, confections marmalade, echinacea. Can't remember the name of that gladiolas. There was some amaranth. I think that's a spiky red amaranth. I think it's the burgundy one. So now we're in the orange section. And so that is, oh, that was a chrysanthemum that bloomed early. I cannot remember the name of that daylily that I got from Lorraine, but it's very reliable. It blooms multiple, it had multiple series of blooms on it. It looks like I'm stuck on a rose bush. I'm totally stuck on that rose bush. That's Alchemist. And let's see, that's the daylily. Some of the white gladiolus were actually in the promenade bed and they fell over. That is Barbosa Champagne Celosia, really pretty. Let's see. That is not a gladiolus. That was dahlia in the back, and then 4 o'clocks. These are 4 o'clocks. That's a dahlia. Those 4 o'clocks is going to be a mess. These are some of the sunflowers. Once again, these volunteered. The 4 o'clock volunteered. That is a hot biscuits amaranth. Once again, that volunteered. Let's see. That is Coronation Gold Yarrow, which is very big. Let's see. That is echinacea back there. I think that was mellow yellow. This Coronation Gold has like totally fallen into the pathway. Let's see, that is a unnamed red dahlia. I'm looking at some hollyhock and all kinds of great things over here. More echinacea. That's a rose bush back there. That is Seattle dahlia right there. That is a brown-eyed Susan over there. That is Salome peony flowering daylily right there. That is strawberry mango echinacea over there. That is coral fountain amaranth, and then there was a annual salvia. This is the Memorial Garden. That is balloon flower right there at the base. There's some phlox in the back. There's some lavender up there. This is the green with pink accents. That's green twister echinacea. That's a berry punch hibiscus. That green twister echinacea is pink. That is one of the, I think, mums that came up early. This is another part of the middle garden. I cannot remember if that's Cornell Red Dahlia. Love it though. It's a ball dahlia. Nothing much is going on in this bed. I do have this particular echinacea, and I can't remember. It's like double scoop. I love that color though. This is the green with white section. The white gladiolus are doing their thing. There's Shasta daisies, and that is one of the dahlias, whose name I don't remember. And why was I running? Like, oh, that's an aster. More echinacea. You know what? I think I was hearing thunder, so I was trying to do this quickly, and that is like a swan down poppy. So I'm moving. Boy, I'm moving. Oh, I'm going into the Memorial Garden. Oh, that's the milkweed right there. And so let's see, that's stock, alto red. That is a echinacea. That is a Monrovia daylily. Can't remember what the name of it is called. And let's see, we've got some peach centerpiece mums, some echinacea over here. And over here we've got like a rose, we've got Veronica, and then I'm back to the strawberry mango smoothie. And yeah, there's a chrysanthemum. So as I recall, that day we were supposed to get a bad thunderstorm, and I'm pretty sure that it was thundering while I was out there. So that's why I was pretty much sprinting around the yard trying to get my video footage. Okay guys, good morning. So today is the day after the failed live I had. So in the event that next Sunday it's raining and I can't do this again, I'm going to go ahead and film a segment now so that we can see it. So this is my backyard, which I have to cut. All of this was brown because of the lack of rain, and it's now lush and green. I mean, granted, it's mostly weeds, but at least it's green, and it does make me happy because it is green. So these are all the plants I still have to get in the ground. Fun, I know. These are stock. I don't remember if this is the iron variety or something like that, but that's what this is. I did plant some zinnias right here. At a certain point in time, I just started throwing stuff in the ground. I don't remember which ones it is. Those are some chrysanthemums. That one is called Candid. Oh, and actually that one is Candid too. They're looking this way because I've had a real issue with rabbits, and so I have been using some of the Repulsol to spray on them. I didn't realize that rabbits like echinacea, so there's an echinacea that it's like eaten down to nothing. It's starting to recover. This is a chrysanthemum that got eaten down. This is a chrysanthemum that also got eaten. I think it's gonna, I don't think the root is dead, but I think it's gonna take a while to flush up again. Those were some weeds. They were mighty impressive, I might add. This right here are the blue China asters. I think that's the other echinacea. These right here are some peonies that I planted. And these right here are dahlias. So these, I think this is Penn Hill Monarch, Dark Monarch. And this back here is a sunflower that's, man, been eaten. I didn't see that. And so that's that side. On this side, we have a tomato that's a volunteer. Look how lovely it's doing. That's the thing about volunteers. They just do so well. Here are some strawberries. I have some sunflower right there. And there's a vine right there. That's the Snell vine. But I gotta cut this back. This sycamore tree they cut down, it wasn't like totally dead, and it's kind of and I've already whacked it down, and it's coming back, but it's like smothering because there's some dahlias back there, so I'm gonna work on that this week. Okay, this is the Potager. Over here we got tomatoes. So this one right here is called Honey Drop. This right here, these two right here are white currant. These two are called this is a blueberry cream, and that's so in the back is a white currant. This is a blueberry cream in the front, and this is a green giant, and this one is Sarrowa. So let's see, in this bed I've got some Eva purple right there and right there. Then I got green giant in the back. This is Sarrowa. This is a persimmon, and I don't know what that one is because my mom knocked the tag out. So I have a small planting area right here. So let's see, this one right here is wedding penstemon. This is Lisianthus, more penstemon right there. Peony. This is coral daisy, chrysanthemum that I need to cut back. There's some zinnia here. That rose is Munstead wood, and that is another chrysanthemum that I need to cut back. It's called George Couchman, and this one is Yukari. That's another chrysanthemum, and the tag is under the mulch. I can't see it, but it's looking great. So I have some new corn in here. I've got some squash. I don't know what squash this is though. Let's see. Oh, honey nut. So that's a mini butternut squash. Let's go down here. I've got some elephant ear peonies. That yellow rose is called Molinux. I have a dahlia that's coming up like under the rose. I've got some Lisianthus down here. I've got some chrysanthemum. I'm gonna add some more. These are pink varieties. This one is Lola. This one is First Light. And that one is Quan Hung. Then I have an amazel basil. This is I think it's a delicata squash. Put some Lisianthus around it. Another squash, and some of the cosmos are starting to come up that I seeded. And then let's see, this is geranium. It's nutmeg. Actually, I think one of those is the rose one. Hold on a second, let me see if I can move that out of the way. Yeah, this is the rose geranium back there, and this is the chocolate mint. And oh my goodness, I didn't even see this, guys. Look at that. Little squash. So with the squash, what did I say it was called? This is the honey. No, this is the dark star. Okay, so these are zucchini actually, and this year I'm trying some of the container varieties. So I think this one gets 3 by 3, but the ones on the outside edges I think get 18 inches by 18 inches. Okay, so this right here is an nasturtium. It's gonna trail. It's a vining variety. This is garden peach tomato. In the back, that's New Jersey Devil. It's another New Jersey Devil, and that's persimmon. And then another nasturtium and a weed I gotta get out. More nasturtiums over here. This is for the aphid issues. So I've got sorrel in the back, persimmon, spoon, a Georgia streak, a spoon, and the one in the back is garden peach. I need to fertilize these babies. This is my espalier apple tray. So it's 6 in 1. So I don't have to have more than one tree for cross-pollination. So, oh my gosh, guys, look at this teeny weeny little apple. And so they did label the varieties. So on this branch, okay, so this is a Honeycrisp apple. And on this branch right here, this is a Liberty apple. I don't have any on that one. This one down here is not labeled. This one here had a label on it. This one here is called, there's no label on that one. And then this one up here is called Arcane. So it's good to know. So, this apple, looks like I got rust. I mean, quite frankly, I wasn't expecting anything this year. So I will do better for next year, I promise. So this is my corn, which I can probably harvest now. Some impressive weeds at the base. Right here, these are my peppers. We got a lot in here. I've got all kinds of jalapenos. Let's see if I can zoom in on here. Yeah. The great thing about all of these is that I think this one might be one of the Sugar Rush peaches. Let's see if I can pull this out. Oh, wait, I can't see it. Or maybe habanada. The great thing about all of these peppers is that none of them are green. Green peppers are immature. So, like this right here, this is an immature pepper. Actually, you know what? It's a poblano, so maybe it is. Oh, you know what? Maybe I think that's the poblano. But I'll know because like the chocolate bell peppers are going to turn brown. Everything else is going to turn a color, and that sort of thing. But this might be the poblano. You know, guys, I forgot to show you the Brussels sprouts. So these little florets are doing okay. I think I need to give them some more fertilizer. This right here is the double diamond yarrow. I need to cut it back so it'll flush again. These are the strawberries. These are everbearing varieties. And so like my mom grabbed one of the strawberries from out of here. It made her dag is how. These are Brussels sprouts. These are a little bit farther along. I put some lisianthus down here. And I also put some chrysanthemum in here. These Brussels sprouts, I think these are the earliest ones I planted, so those are getting big. I can start harvesting. This over here are the strawberries, and gotta get that pokeweed out. But these are the gene-bearing strawberries, so there won't be anything in here. But this right here is the mini basil, and so the leaves on it are tiny, but it has full basil flavor. This right here is a gallery yellow lupine. I threw that in there. I'll dig it out at the end, but it's kind of cute. I had no hopes for that thing, so I think it's really funny that it's actually blooming this year. In this container, we have some chrysanthemums. This is the Safina. This one right here is called, is it Doreen Stratham? This right here is called Ferncliff Illusion. It's dahlia, and these are assorted herbs. In this bin, we've got a blueberry. This right here is feverfew, and this right here is a passion fruit vine that I'm training through here. And then over here, this is a banana melon that I grew from seed, so that's doing well. So I gotta plant those two up. I'm gonna have to get another one to go here, and I'll get a 6 foot long one and a 4 foot long one, and then I'll be ready to open this up and expand. So my vision for this garden is to have a mixture of fruits and vegetables, as well as flowering things for pollination purposes. Over here we have some peonies, we have a chrysanthemum. This one is called Lynn Johnson. I forgot what I planted there, but it's a plant. And then this particular chrysanthemum is called Jane Sharp. So let me look and see what this chrysanthemum is called. This one is called Suzanne. And then I have some mint in this container. My strawberries are growing out of the beds. And so basically I'm gonna cut those babies off, and I'll have to, oh my gosh, is that a, I see a lanternfly. Oh my gosh, I hate these things. Hang on, guys. I gotta kill it. Hang on. I don't know if I got it. That's the first one I've seen this year. Last year they were everywhere. So, by the way, these are scallions. But anyway, that's my mint. One of my mints. This one is, which is this one? Apple mint. Smells good. My strawberries are escaping confinement. I think one's already rooted down here. That was a rose bush that's just not gonna make it. Did not make it. So these are the other tomatoes I gotta plant. So all in all, the in here is coming along very, very, very well. Okay guys, just to show you some not so great sections in my garden. These are Asiatic lilies. That's a tall weed. I have some hydrangeas back there. I'll see if they're happy because this area is now getting full sun. Those chrysanthemums in the pot, I'm just gonna plant them throughout here, and I gotta weed this whole section and then give it some mulch. I think I'm gonna use, since it's near the house, I'm gonna use cedar.